Hey, today I want to talk about how to beat holiday burnout and weight gain. I wanted to do this video earlier today, but I had to wash my hair. And let me tell you, I never understood, how like girls used to be saying, "Oh, I have to go wash my hair." And I'm like, I don't get it. Like, why is this a big thing? It is now a big thing. Like getting ready, and you can see like I don't have my full makeup on. That was a whole thing. It's just so exhausting. It takes so much time, but I feel like you guys deserve better than me showing up with my greasy, not washed for 4 days hair and a little bit more polish. But this ties into this topic that I'm going to talk about today, which is why we have such low energy and how to beat the holiday burnout. Which the holidays, they're supposed to be the happiest time of the year, but for some of us, they can be even more stressful. So I know that so many women over 40 have no energy on a good day. And instead of looking forward to the holidays, there might be a small part of you looking upon it with dread. Because not only does the holidays mean more obligations, more social events, and more running around, and that leads to holiday burnout. So I want to tell you a story about how I have felt in the past about the holidays. But first, I guess I better introduce myself for those of you who do not know me. My name is Hillary Rank, and I'm a women's health and wellness coach. I specialize in helping women over 40 gain more energy, lose extra fat, and love who they see in the mirror. So my Aunt Barbara was my mother's sister. I was really close to her growing up, and what she thought about me really mattered. And unfortunately, she passed away about 5 years ago. But she was the type of person that believed in the experience. She would take me on really great, fun things to do as a child, and she introduced me to the experience of fine dining, of entertaining. She loved to entertain, and she would have all sorts of little touches and little details that I just thought were so fancy and so cool. So after I got married, we hosted Christmas for so many Christmases in a row because everyone was coming from cold weather states and everyone wanted to come here. So I used to put so much pressure on myself to make this experience like this experience fancy and bougie and special for my family. And I would have an itinerary. I would do a little touch. I mean, the whole menu being planned out, tons of cooking. Even though I try to make it simple, sometimes the takeout, it wasn't that simple. And, it's supposed to be the most magical, happiest time of the year. And it would actually become one of the most stressful times of the year. So I want to ask you, do you find the holidays relaxing and joyous, or is there so many obligations? As I said, we're usually exhausted anyway as a woman over 40 because we have so many responsibilities and we have chronic stress, and then the holidays just add more to it. We're having to buy gifts for everyone, find the perfect gift, go to many different social events, maybe host some ourselves and try to make it special, right? Pinterest perfect. And then, there's holiday gatherings with family members that maybe we love them because they're family, but we don't like them so much. And so, there's all sorts of added stress into the holiday. So that leads to holiday burnout. And then let's add in all of the temptations that we get around. There's so many holiday gatherings. We're stressed anyway, maybe stressed even more. And we have all these good intentions. Maybe this good intention that you're being good and that you need to diet. And then there's all of these temptations from all of the holiday gatherings, alcohol, food, sweets. And you're so worried, and maybe you do go off the rails. It's typical, is it? The statistics about the average weight gain during the holidays is 10 pounds. And if you're a woman over 40 who really, really, you do feel exhausted, but your greatest wish is to feel happy, healthy, and confident and energized with more stamina, the holidays can be really a time that just you feel like it sets you back. And it makes you feel maybe even worse about yourself. And so then January 1st comes and it's like all in. I'm going pedal to the metal, and then it's hard to sustain. So what I want to share with you today is the number one thing that you can do, the quickest thing that you can do to increase your energy, improve your immune system, and help you get on the right track for your goals moving into 2022. And you don't have to wait until January 1st. Okay. So I am going to say, and I want to be realistic here. The number one thing that you can do, like tomorrow or today, is to eat for energy, to change your nutrition, to make some small tweaks to your nutrition. You know, so many women think that they have to kill themselves at the gym, and I got to like go, you know, to hour-long boot camp classes for 5 times a week so I can make up for, you know, all the holiday indulgences, or that I need to train for a half marathon, or else, you know, I'm not going to see any progress. But really, exercise is secondary, and it's great. It's going to make you feel better, but it's actually your nutrition and making tweaks during the times that you're not celebrating. So let's be honest, we're not celebrating 24/7. I mean, some of us maybe are, but does that really make you feel good? And is that really realistic? So making some adjustments in the other times that we're eating, not in our when we're going to social events, can really move the needle for us. But I want to talk a little bit about the science and what's going on biologically in your body when we eat certain foods and when we change the composition of them. And it's not about starving yourself or depriving yourself. And then you can basically hack your body so you can see results instead of feeling like you're always backsliding. So let me pull up my notes. Okay. So I should have been more. Okay. So calories, I'm sure you've heard of calories. Calories are what provide your body energy. But there's a subset of calories, and you may have heard of them before, macros, like eating by macros. And there's a whole like diet culture, I would say. I mean, they wouldn't say it's a diet, but it's a lifestyle about utilizing your macros to lose fat. Now, you know, some people say that you can eat whatever you want as long as it is in your macros. And I'm going to explain what those are in just a sec. And you can lose fat. And I beg to differ. I actually think that's BS. So I don't want you to fall into that. But pretty much anytime we're eating macronutrients. We're just maybe not paying attention to the proportion of macronutrients that we're ingesting. So the 3 main macronutrients are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So you've heard about carbs, you know, bread, rice, pasta. Proteins, usually from an animal source, chicken, beef, pork, fish, and fats. So butter, avocado oil, nut butters, nuts, things like that. Trans fats, vegetable oils, which are not the good types of fats. So they provide calories to fuel exercise and to energize your body. But one of the biggest energy drains is riding the blood sugar roller coaster. And I'm not really talking about, sugar ties into it. But if you eat for energy by addressing your blood sugar regulation, you are going to improve your metabolism and you're going to burn more fat. Okay. So doesn't all food boost energy? Actually, yes, technically, you know, all food gives you energy, but in different ways. Okay. So the typical treats that we're eating for the holidays, sugary drinks, candy, and pastries, they put too much sugar into your blood too quickly. So what happens is you eat those foods, you go up, and then you go down, and that ensuing crash leaves you tired and hungry again. Why we're so exhausted? Well, one of the reasons. And then if you're eating complex carbs, healthy fats, and protein, it takes longer to digest, it satisfies your hunger, and provides a slow, steady stream of energy. And that's what we want. Instead of going up and down and up and down, if we're more steady, we feel better. We are not so overwhelmed. We have less anxiety. We feel more able to handle what life throws at us, and we're not so exhausted. So what we want to focus on is eating lower glycemic foods. And I am completely realistic. Okay. We're not going to be eating low glycemic foods all the time, 100% over the holidays. I mean, 'tis the season, we're going to indulge. As I said before, but we can take an opportunity for the other times that we're eating. We're probably not eating a holiday fare during breakfast, maybe sometimes, but not all the time. So, and then I want to caution you if you're thinking, oh, well, I just won't eat so I can save room and like make up for all of these holiday treats. It might not even be during the holidays that you feel like this, like, you feel guilty because you're eating something bad, so you miss a meal. But every time you miss a meal, your blood sugar drops, and then your body over releases insulin that makes you burn muscle and not, okay, makes you burn your muscle and not fat. And we absolutely want to preserve our muscle. So it's really why dieting fails people long term. And then you go into the next meal, not craving chicken or tuna, you crave carbohydrates. So then it spikes your blood sugar and makes you over release insulin and store fat. And it creates this cycle up and down, up and down. That's why, when I hear some influencers say, oh, well, you can eat a bowl of ice cream every night and you can still lose fat. I do think that's oversimplified. I think when you're hormonally balanced, when you're younger and in your 20s or maybe early 30s, sure, you technically can do that. But most of us over 40 are already hormonally imbalanced. We have some insulin resistance going on. So we have blood sugar regulation issues. And so adding those types of foods in every day are going to cause a blood sugar crash. So carbohydrates are your body's preferred form of fuel because they can be converted quickly into glucose for energy. So high glycemic index foods, so high sugar foods are sugar, sugary drinks, white bread, potatoes, white rice, those types of things. Instead of eating high GI foods, the other times where we're not celebrating or, in the holiday, okay, I just need to say, when we're not like going to celebrations or going to events, if you focus on lower glycemic index carbohydrates, so meaning that they're not going to spike your blood sugar as high. So foods with more fiber. So sweet potatoes have more fiber, brown rice, whole grains, starchy vegetables, they're not going to spike your glucose up and then have that crash. But then your secret weapon, and I believe that this is perhaps the most important macronutrient for women, and most women do not get enough of it, it is protein. And because proteins are complex molecules, the body takes longer to break them down. It also takes more energy and calories to break them down. So there are a much slower and long-lasting source of energy than carbohydrates. And then finally, we have good fats. So high quality fats like avocado, olive oil, fatty fish, and coconut oil supply fuel as well as healthy cellular building blocks. So the goal of eating for energy is to avoid eating the high glycemic carbohydrate diet. So eating those high glycemic foods by themselves on a regular basis, and start adding in high quality fats and protein and mixing them with the lower glycemic carbohydrates that burn slower and don't cause that spike. Okay, maybe this is all getting a little overwhelming and you're feeling like I'm not following you. So I'm going to break it down in just a second. But so just to explain the blood sugar. So if we have too many calories or carbs per meal, our blood sugar spikes and then our body stores fat. But if we have stable blood sugar, our body releases fat, protects lean muscle, eliminates cravings, and increases energy. And if we skip a meal, if we restrict calories or even carbs, so we don't want to eliminate carbs, even though that's kind of trendy right now, or exercise on an empty stomach, our blood sugar drops and then our body burns muscle and holds on to fat, our energy crashes, and our cravings increase. So It takes less energy to digest junk food because processed junk food requires less energy from your body to digest because it's already been digested. It's refined. So a lot of these typical junk foods are highly refined. But in fact, eating a high protein diet may cause your body to burn up to 100 more calories per day. And the use of, so if you, a really good tool, if you have difficulty eating in the morning, I have said in a different video that a lot of my clients do prefer to eat something savory and something that they actually chew in the morning. But if you have difficulty eating in the morning, if you're used to fasting or skipping meals, but you know that you want to increase your energy and increase your fat burn, the use of a high fiber, high protein shake for breakfast can make a significant difference. And it's, less effort for you to eat, and it can really set the tone for the day and allows, I haven't gone into adrenal glands, but part of it is stress. Adrenal glands produce your stress hormone. We're stressed on a good day. During the holidays, when there's so much going on, we might be even more stressed to the max. So that's why it's so important, because when you have adrenal dysfunction, when you feel like you're running away from a lion, when you're just actually battling the holiday crowds, you are going to have blood sugar imbalances. And the whole key is that we want to balance your blood sugar as many times as possible, so to set you up for success and not to feel like so crappy over the holidays. Okay. So here are some really quick tips of how you can do this. I already gave you one, which is eating a high protein, high fiber, low sugar, or a low glycemic index carbs in your shake in the morning. So berries would be a good option, or even a little bit of oatmeal. That is a slower, you could grind that up in your protein shake and it can thicken it up and it can provide some fiber there. So, and eat or drink your greens. So if you have a good greens powder, that can help. That helps with liver detox and gut health. Also cook spinach, broccoli, kale, collard greens, mustard greens, chard, bok choy, beet greens, Chinese broccoli. They're all energy boosters with chlorophyll, magnesium, and B vitamins. So you can add that in on the other meals in between your holiday celebrations. And eating a protein snack before bed. So a small protein snack about an hour before going to bed. You could eat like a hard-boiled egg. You could eat a little bit of chicken, a little bit of tuna, a small protein bar. If you have that, it can help you sleep through the night, and it can help your blood sugars be more stable in the morning. And then I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but drinking enough water, staying hydrated maintains energy levels and keeps your muscles energized. And dehydration leads to fatigue. So, there's a lot of the cocktails in, the holiday cheer, and it causes dehydration, leading to fatigue, and it impacts the flow of oxygen to the brain and causes your heart to work harder to pump oxygen to your bodily organs, making you more tired and less alert. So here are some quick tips, but if you're like, okay, fine, whatever, sounds great, but it's just not realistic. I just wish I had a magic fairy to come in and show me exactly what to eat to lose inches and gain more energy. And someone that's a text message or just a message away. Well, I want to let you know that your fairy's here, and that is me. So I am going to be your energy fairy for my Black Friday special that is coming up on Black Friday. It's called my 14 Days to a Fitter You special, and it's going to include all the high-touch accountability and support you need to get motivated to create a sustainable health and wellness routine that you can sustain even during the holidays. So if this is something that you think would help, if this feels good to you, even if you failed before and you feel like nothing works, but you just know that if you had the right support and accountability, then this special is for you at a crazy, crazy low price. And in addition, you're going to receive my 2 2 programs from me, my 14-day energy reset nutrition program, and then my metabolic rejuvenation exercise program, which includes it's a total at-home body weight strength training program that literally it's like a plug and play formula that you can create like hundreds of workouts so you never get bored. You always keep your body guessing. And I go break everything down for you, show you the right form. I have some workout demos, and there might even be live workout demos in our community for 14 days to a fitter you. So if this sounds exciting to you, I'd love to support you. So let me know, do you feel burnt out during the holidays? And how would it feel if you had more energy? Okay, I'll be talking to you soon.